Hey Ginger, this is KB.
Hey, what's up?
I'm so sorry. This is very. See, I'm losing the pro and just going to just professional. I'm trying to stay professional, but I'm losing the pro.
Oh, well, if I didn't like you so much, I would be upset. Oh, it's, pardon me. I'm fighting off a cold. I'm in Detroit. I live here,
Oh
and,
wow.
it's the weather is finally changing to maybe it's going to stay cold and quit going back and forth. So my
Yeah,
voice is not very happy about it.
gotcha.
Well, how are you? I haven't talked to you in almost a year, I think, somewhere in
It's
that
been
realm.
yeah, it's been a minute. I'm well. Just getting some time off per se.
But yeah, per
Um,
se.
yeah, I'm offish. But I'm at home with my wife and my children and my church. Just trying to, restore and revitalize and get ready for New Year.
Well, I'm so excited to talk to you. I think, by the way, you were just mentioning your adorable kids. Oh my goodness, they
Yeah,
are just so cute. I mean, they need their own like modeling deal.
they
Like,
do. They do. We're trying to get Gap to act right.
oh, like
Yeah,
they
they're
could
being a
model
little resistant.
anything. Yeah, like that would be cool though. A clothing line, but make sure it's high class clothing line because they're just too cute.
Yes, yes,
Don't
indeed.
sell them out.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to know. So you have um, today we rebel. So I have watched your post as you've been kind of posting things about it, and even like today I saw you wrote one of many rappers. I'm one of many leaders, but I am one. My boy's one and only father, and Michelle's one and only husband. Rebel against misplaced priorities. Like that's
Yeah.
such a beautiful and like profound statement in this day and
Mm,
age.
yeah.
Is it kind of like little things like that where you just see an area where things are where we need to rebel against? And how did this all come about? Because you always have these like really deep meanings, and I don't want to sell it short.
No, I think you did a fantastic job in that synopsis. That's exactly how it is. And typically, I try to write it from spaces that I need to be more of a rebel in my own life. And so I've just that rebel word just makes so much sense to me because often what it takes to be the type of people that we ought to be is a sense of sort of a spiritual violence where you are almost where there's an aggression to go after whatever it is that you need to be. So I certainly like to use that word, and yeah, I see certain spaces where it could, where we can be encouraged as a people, and I try to package that into my messaging.
And I think when people talk about being a rebel, it can have like a, negative connotation, but in a day and age where things just seem to be completely off kilter, you know, it's we really do need to rebel against it in a positive way.
Yeah,
The way we live our lives, we need to be rebelling against. God said we are not of this world. We are supposed to, you know, go against what the mainstream says we just ought to do. And we should always, technically we should always be kind of rebels. We should be
that's
the,
right. That's right.
but people kind of always think, a rebel means you don't respect the law or you don't respect, you know community norms or whatever. But really, there's a way you can positively rebel. And I always think whenever you post something about like even just the album name, like I just think automatically there's always something deeper behind that. And I
Mm,
love talking to you because it's so great to have artists like you that, especially on Winter Jam, where there's so many different types of people, that come together in one building, regardless of taste, whether you like Carrie Job or you like Skillet or you like KB, you like Lecrae, whoever's on, like there's
Right.
so many different styles. You got worship music, you got, just all these different styles, and people can invite people that, no matter what kind of music they like, they can find something on Winter
Yeah.
Jam. Yeah,
Very
there's,
well said. Very
yeah,
well said.
especially if they want to jam, they can come join you. So how was this last fall? So you were touring pretty heavily, right?
Yeah, so myself and Trip Lee went out on a tour together called the Home Team Tour, and it was just the next level. I love doing smaller crowds where there are maybe 500 or 1,000 people there, and we just have these we pack people into these small spaces, and it's just this family oriented just sort of my heart is always overwhelmed in those situations as I want so badly to see the people in the audience made whole, and I love leading them on these sort of turn up journeys, and yeah, so we did 20 dates or 19 dates, and we did them back to back almost because Trip and I both have commitments at home, so we wanted to sort of get as much as we could in, and then get back to our respective homes and communities. But it was good, man. It was a powerful time and restorative for not just the audience, I think, but also for the artists.
You had somebody took some kind of beautiful shot. It says shot by Cook Caleb. Like,
Yes,
man, in this church, it had this like incredibly blue, red, purple. I don't know, this light.
yes,
Oh, you know what shot
yes.
I'm talking about? That
I know
was
you're talking about.
sweet. Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Yeah,
I need to see you like doing some more speaking engagements, like where people are just having you out just to talk. I would love to
yeah.
just hear you, just share your heart, and because I know you're so much deeper than I think you get a chance to share with everyone.
Mm, yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I speak pretty regularly at home. I'm a part of the teaching team at my church, so I preach a couple Sundays a year, but every week just about every week I'm in small group and sharing there, and sort of in my community, and yeah, I'm going to be glad to do more of that 2018.
So, did you get to do a little bit more like that when you were out with Tripoli, or was a little more intimate environments where you could kind of just
Yeah,
talk to
yeah,
everybody?
definitely,
Yeah, that's
definitely,
that's when the
yes.
magic happens, isn't it? When you can just when you don't wait for that energy to kind of wave around thousands of people and then come back at you. It's just constant energy back and forth, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yes, absolutely.
you know, I honestly like the last time I interviewed you was literally the first time we talked, and I told everybody after we talked, like I said, man, I was a fan of his music, but now I'm a fan of him. I
I love it.
I
I love it.
enjoyed talking to you so much, and I just think you're so focused, and I love how you say next level a lot, and I really think I think you do that, like everything the next thing you do, you really are not just trying to, you know just change into the next season. You're really trying to take it another level. I think you should get like hats that say next level rebel.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
And then I get a percentage of those.
Yes, yes, 5%.
Yeah,
Come on.
I need some hats. Send me some lids.
I
Just
love it.
just send it to the post office in Detroit. I'll find them.
I love it. I love it.
But I'm so glad that you're gonna be on Winter Jam because I think there's I think there's not enough representation in Christian music on like the radio or on tours that there is when you look at secular. Because when you look at secular music, R&B, pop, hip hop, rap, that's what's popular.
Yes,
And
yes, that's right.
there's
That's
not
right.
a there's not enough. I mean, and I'm sure you're going, duh, like there's just
No,
not
that's
enough of
strong.
that. Yeah.
Yes, and we need your perspective. Um, because that's very influential.
My mom used to tell, people in our church that would say, they didn't want their kids going to prom like all night long, or like stay out all New Year's Eve night, when, especially when you're like 16, 17, or whatever. And my mom used to say, "Well, if you got to say no to them, try to find a way to say yes." And I think we need to do that in music, well, where you may want to say, maybe, no, that language is inappropriate. That song is, objectifying women, or you know, it's got a bad message to it of some kind. But
I like that. I like how you said that.
yeah, we need to have our kids need something to say yes to,
Yeah.
that we can say
Yeah.
yes to, that that can be interesting. We got to show them Christians aren't boring, and we don't just have one style of music. And that's why I'm a huge supporter of Winter Jam, because they need to see all these different facets, just as many as there are to secular music, there are to Christian music. There's just not enough of it on the radio. And
I totally agree.
and as on the radio side, I will tell you, it's like fighting against the tide.
Wow.
It really is. It's you're constantly pushing to try to get more of that heard. And thankfully, we work with UCB Canada and also a station in Georgia, and they're listener supported. So we thankfully can play all different styles. In fact, we'll have entire shows around different styles. So if people like rock music, or they like country, or because where's the country music? I mean, not that I'm a country fan, but where is it? I mean, there's not even country music really. It's just there's not enough different people out there, on the radio. There's definitely a lot of people putting their music out there, and a lot of quality people. And I want you to have an incredible holiday. I'm sure this is like the perfect age. Your little boys are at that age where, it's all real now, right?
Yeah.
It's all
Very
exciting.
true.
You can't
Very
go
true.
through any Walmart toy aisle, no Toys R Us right now. It's
Yes.
crazy.
Very
Well,
true. Very
well,
true.
I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and when you come to Detroit, you're going to be at the brand new little Caesars Arena, and
Okay.
oh my gosh, it is so awesome. It is.
Is it?
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna have to have a slice of little Caesar's pizza one there too.
Oh, you'll have it's so overkill. Like, they redid the arena, and it's so overkill. There's way too many lights, and I love it. But it's where the Red Wings play, so
Oh, okay.
it's so they have.
It's ice in there. It's gonna be cold, huh?
Oh no, they cover the ice. No, they cover the ice for the
I can always
tours.
feel the cold through the cover though.
Oh yeah, but you're going to be up on the stage. There's enough distance. But you know what? It's just going to be cold. KB, let's get real. It's going to be freezing when you get here.
No, I forgot about that.
It's already cold.
Winter Jam.
Dude, it's like
I always forget that.
Yeah, the winter part's real when you're up here. It's like 30 degrees right now. So by then it's going to be like more in the 20s during the day, probably in the teens at night. So yeah, you're going to put the winter in the jam. You're gonna have to keep jamming to stay warm. That's for sure. It's really cold, but we're excited to see you. And I'm gonna find you this time. I'm gonna come say hi to you, and so I personally can say hi to you and tell your beautiful wife to have a happy holiday and enjoy it with your kid.
Thank you so much. I tell you what, the most response that I get from my fans is when I put up pictures of my wife and my kids.
Well, the one you put up today, it's got one of them's up on the stair, and the little pouty face he's got going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like he looks like he is so mistreated. He just doesn't get it. He don't get any love, poor guy. And then the other one's looking like, what's going on? Okay. Yes, he just following Big Brother, right? Well, I'm glad we were able to hook up today, and I know you got a busy day, so have a great day, and I will see you in January and February.